Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. Wow, it is gorgeous down here in Surfside, California this morning. Not a breath of wind. Look at those beautiful waves rolling up on the beach. It's flat calm. I'm going to go check the water temperature right now with my Tootsies for you, but we have got a lot to talk about. First of all, I can't believe it's November, the day after Halloween. It is beautiful. We're going to check out that yellowfin tuna bite south of the border, 150 miles down below the border. There's been some extraordinary yellowfin tuna fishing. We also have some great long-range fishing to report on. And we'll check out the Coronado Island, San Clemente Island. Ooh, that water feels chilly this morning. I think all that wind that we had here recently may have reduced the water temperatures a little bit. But we've got a lot to talk about. The islands, as I said, the local scene, this beautiful sunrise the day after Halloween. All right, I'll shut my trap. It's time for me to set up and get ready for the morning briefing coming at you next. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California on this absolutely gorgeous November day. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. It is the day after Halloween here in Surfside last night. Had a lot of great kids come by. It was a lot of fun. In fact, I live streamed that for a little while just to show you a little bit about the ambience here in SoCal on Halloween. Well, it's a gorgeous sunrise here. I feel really blessed to be standing on this beach with you all this morning and can't thank you enough for all the great support you give us. We've got a lot to talk about. Is that yellowfin tuna still biting for the boats that are running trips out of San Diego? November? Yellowfin tuna? What is going on? Long-range fishing's been spectacular, and we've seen some great fishing south of the border. Ensenada's showing some signs of life down there in San Quintin. And further down in Puerto Vallarta, we've been watching Nolayan Jr. on the No Tuna, No Chinga, really coming up with some great fishing. Of course, we're going to look at the islands. We've got to look at the surf. This is a perfect morning to be surf fishing. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we'll check out the Channel Islands and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, my God. Is that good or what? And is it great to be with you? Hit that like button if you don't mind. We deeply appreciate that. And also, if you would subscribe to the Friedman Adventures channel, that would be fantastic. Also, tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content, and share these videos with a friend. You can also follow us over there on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Apple Podcast, and on Spotify. We are on all those platforms with you all. Millions of views this year, all thanks to you. All thanks to you. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. I regret that I have to tell you a dear friend of mine passed away, Don Hugo Torres, the owner of the Rosarito Beach Hotel. I have had decades of fun and love and wonderful experiences with Senor Torres. He passed away yesterday. I don't have all the details. I'm headed to Mexico. We'll be stopping by the hotel to give my condolences to his daughters and sons. But I am very, very sad. He was such a great man, such a great person, and played an integral part in my life and my sons' lives. When they were little kids, knew Senor Torres very, very well. So I will be keeping him in my thoughts and prayers. And I'm going to Mexico not only to give my condolences to the family, I'm going to cover Dia de los Muertos down there and some of the fishing activities in Mexico Lindo. Short trip down there. And also, as you well know, we've collected clothing and so much more. I'm going to be taking a nice load of that down with my friend George Feldman here a little bit later today. However, I'm also headed to 22nd Street Landing to do another interview for all of you, which I'll be releasing this weekend. More on that white sea bass video that you're going to love, and we'll have more details on that as we go along. Hope you had a great Halloween. Let's go down to Puerto Vallarta and just talk in general about Nolian Jr., really great guy on the no tuna, no chinga. They're catching big yellowfin tuna, and they've caught a variety of other species, including blue marlin and striped pargo, or what was it? I think it was a striped pargo, something like that. Some weird catch that I hadn't seen before, rooster fish, and so much more. Great fishing down there out of Puerto Vallarta, down there in San Quintin, which is 140 miles down below the border. We're seeing some really good yellowfin tuna fishing for the guys that are running out of K&M Sport Fishing, just to name one of the guys that run out of San Quintin. There's several great operators, and they're all getting this 50 to 100-pound yellowfin tuna. Beautiful grade of fish. Up in Ensenada, there's still some bluefin tuna offshore. Sometimes they bite, sometimes they show and don't bite, and then you fall back on the rockfish, and the rock fishing has been prolific in Ensenada. It has been really, really good. So south of the border is going along really well right now, and that is good to see. Now, we're going to continue to focus south of the border, but this way, or this time on long-range fishing, it's been really spectacular. Now, the wahoo bite's been off a little bit, but we continue to see off the hook yellowfin tuna fishing. We've been seeing it for months now for the boats running 8 to 10 day trips out of San Diego, coming out, hanging a left, and going down the Baja coast several hundred miles. It's been fantastic on 20 to 100-pound yellowfin tuna. And now we're starting to catch some of that bigger stuff, because on the Independence, they were actually chunking, where you take a smaller yellowfin tuna, you fillet it and you chunk it, and you use the chunks for bait. It's very, very effective for big yellowfin tuna. And they put one on yesterday that was 225 pounds. Overall, they just scratched at the big fish. That's some pretty crazy marlin fishing going on the Independence, but they're looking for that big yellowfin tuna this Friday morning as we speak. And we, of course, are going to be watching that also for you. Overall, long range, 8, 10-day trips, great yellowfin tuna fishing, some good hits on the yellowtail from time to time, and kind of up and down on the wahoo right now. But this is all changing right now. We'll see how it goes as we go along. And we are on the Independence on an 8-day trip here. Right before Thanksgiving is when we return from that trip. I'll be, of course, shooting a video on that, and I can't wait to bring you that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And next year, 25, we have a 5-day trip in April. Give Paulina a call this morning. Tell her hello for me, and get on the Independence on that 5-day trip. I'll be there shooting another video. Should be a lot of fun. Hey, if you have tax problems, you want to call Tim Marquez. Tim's of Friedman Adventures, family member. He's been doing taxes for 35 years. Tim, you're getting old. And if for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you want to call John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. John, you're still a young man. All right, really good stuff going on south of the border. We are loving all of that. Well, we're going to stay south of the border. We're going to talk like 2-3 day trips. Some guys are running day and a half trips down there to the area 150 miles south. So it's down there 160 miles around San Martin Island, but outside of their offshore. And the yellowfin tuna bite is still cranked up and going along really, really well. They had a little bit of weather, but that's come down. It's a beautiful morning, and the YFT are biting here again this morning already. And it's beautiful grade. We've already heard from several boats who've had some great fishing, and we've heard some guys this morning here at daybreak that are doing really, really well. Can I look at that just for one moment? You tell me that's not gorgeous. What a sunrise and what a beautiful morning it is. Really good fishing down there on that yellowfin tuna right now. Pacific Queen, 3-day trip, only 9 guys, 74 yellowfin tuna in the 60 to 90-pound class. New low and with 18 guys on board on a 3-day trip, 87 yellowfin tuna, 40 to 90-pound fish. Beautiful grade. Pacific Voyager, he said some of the best fishing he's seen on this yellowfin in the last month or so. Right now going down. First day, 45 yellowfin, 70 to 90 pounders, only 13 guys. Now some guys are getting bit on the 40 pounder, and on the smaller grade, and we're talking 40 pounders, you're not gonna have a problem with that. You can land 50, even 60 pounders. But if you can get bit on the 60-pound fluorocarbon or the 80-pound fluorocarbon, do it. You're going to want to have the heavy line because these are big, tough YFT. They pull hard, and the heavier line is only going to give you an added advantage on those fish. Clear poppers, not only super effective, but you get to see the blowout on that popper as it moves across the surface of the ocean. That is really fun stuff. They've been very, very effective in Dawa lures. Small, shiny jigs have also been super effective in this bite. Spectacular fishing going on down there, and it just seems to be continuing. We're getting good signal here this morning. Now, Tanner Cortez, Cherry Bank, out there, past Catalina, can't see Cat, past San Clemente, back behind there, about an 80-mile run for most of the LA Orange County-based landings. Cherry Bank from San Diego up there around San Nicolas Islands, about $1.20. It's a little bit of a run from San Pedro, about 80 miles. Anyway, not many guys have been out there and had any success here recently. That bite on the bluefin tuna had been spiraling downward, but it could be a temporary lull. That fish out there could bite right through the new year. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. And we're going to have some boats out there poking their nose around here this weekend. So we'll see what comes up out there and see if it wants to bite. Around that same area, we have been seeing some really good rock fishing, especially if you go into San Nicolas Island. I'll cover that on our island report here in 1 minute, but it's been really prolific on the bottom fish, but slower on the bluefin. When that bluefin was biting, it was a plunker bite, a couple of fish going at a time, and in those bites, it was the lighter line that was getting bit, like 25, 30-pound fluorocarbon with a number 4 circle hook working best of all, and as always, a really good hot bait. So we'll see if that bite's going to rebound again and get rocking and rolling. Of course, we'll be watching that very, very closely for you all. Let's talk islands. The San Diego went to the Coronado Islands yesterday out of Seaforth sport fishing in San Diego. Nobody works harder than that crew. Well, all those guys do. I shouldn't single them out. They work exceptionally hard, but so do the guys on the Grande and the Liberty and all the boats down there. They're really exceptional crews out of San Diego. And the islands a few days ago were showing great promise. We had 40-something yellowtail. That might be about a week ago at this point. Then we had some really inclement weather earlier this week. Monday and Tuesday, it was blowing and windy and nasty. And the subsequent drop in water temperature shut that yellow bite down. Yesterday, they couldn't catch a yellowtail, and they worked really hard at it. They ended up with 18 guys catching limits of whitefish and 12 sculpin, a lingcod. You can fall back on that kind of stuff, but of course, they're after the yellows. We'll see if it's going to bite again here as things start to warm up again, and hopefully we'll stay away from the windy weather. Once again, that bite was predominantly a fly line bite, so no sinker at all, good hot bait, and working hard at it. Sometimes fishing the lighter line, like 25 pounds, was working best of all. So that is also something to keep in mind. At times, however, we saw some surface ironfish. We saw some yo-yo ironfish. We have seen some exceptional fishing, and hopefully that is going to continue to head in the right direction. At San Clemente Island, we've seen a little bit of yellowtail and white sea bass on the dropper loops. There's a lot of squid there, so that could break loose at any point in time. Lots of rockfish, a few calico bass. Catalina Island, there's a little bit of bonita and some calico bass, but mostly the big old rockfish is what the guys are fishing. The Pursuit out of 22nd Street Landing. The El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, catching those big rockfish, fishing 16-ounce torpedo sinkers at least. Sometimes you can fish heavier than that. Wouldn't break my heart if you did. And also a 2-hook rig is working best of all. I'm talking big Picasso, big reds, beautiful lings at times. Freelance has been in on that kind of fishing out of Davies Locker in Newport Beach. Also, it's been spectacular. The El Patron is going this weekend to Catalina, and you can become part of it. All you got to do is go to www.longbeachsportfishing.org and get on the El Patron. Channel Island, San Nicolas, great sheephead and whitefish at Nick. Deepwater cod has been spectacular. Same thing up there in the Channel Islands. It's been really good on the bottom grabbers. Marcus Fain and his dad out recently on the Aloha Spirit with absolutely wonderful bottom fishing, lings and nice reds and so much more. It's been spectacular. And the Island Spirit is out this weekend. And you're not going to want to miss fishing with my friend Daniel Hodaway out of Ventura Sport Fishing, doing a great job fishing deep water cod on Fridays. And then he's out again on Saturday. And kids fish free on Sundays on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Become part of it by calling Saul. Give him a call right now, 805 676 3474. You won't meet a nicer guy. Give my best to Saul, or just go to venturasportfishing.com and you can book there for that kind of great fishing. Santa Barbara, Avila Beach, Morro Bay, San Francisco, great rock fishing when the weather permits up there. I mean, big old cod in that deep water, 300 feet or deeper right now. It's been spectacular fishing. Half and three-quarter day boats up and down the coast right now have been fishing for mostly whitefish, sheephead. There's an occasional bass bite down there at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing where they've been catching some bass down there in that neck of the woods, and also catching occasional halibut from San Diego on up, but a lot of rock fishing going on right now. That has been the name of the game up and down the coast. In the Southern California coast, don't you dare come down here and not go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. You can get all the bait you'll need for a successful surf fishing outing. And there are some barred perch out there just waiting for your bait to present itself. That water's a little cooler, and that means barred perch fishing. We've seen some pretty good fishing going on down there around Huntington Beach for barred perch and occasional yellowfin croaker still. Here we were catching some yellowfin croaker and barred perch up around Long Beach, some halibut. And in the Santa Monica Bay, we see some corbina still hanging out, but we're getting a drop in water temperature up there also. So we're going to switch over and be catching a lot of barred perch here. We've seen some decent sized ones. You see some real small ones here, but we've seen some decent sized ones. Also, another reason to go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle is they have a monthly giveaway of a brand new custom surf fishing rod. All you got to do is catch the biggest fish. Go in there, buy the ruler. You have to have a ruler so everybody's using the same ruler. And you buy that. You can take a picture or a video of your prize catch, upload it to their Instagram page. They'll give you all the rules, details. The species changes every single month. So one month it's a halibut or corbina or yellowfin croaker. You'll find out all those details when you walk into Big Fish Bait and Tackle and you say, Friedman Adventures sent me here. And they will usher you right out the door immediately after that. No, they'll welcome you with open arms. So get into Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Really beautiful morning, no question about it. All right, I'm on my way to 22nd Street Landing here in a little bit. Going to do an interview down there. Hightail it to Mexico Lindo and get down there for Dia de los Muertos, as well as doing a little bit of fishing perhaps, and also stopping by the Rosarito Beach Hotel to remember my dear friend Hugo Torres. I definitely have to do that. Great man, and he will be sorely missed by yours truly. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? Really good stuff going on. It's November. Man, that means Thanksgiving's right around the corner, then Christmas. This year went bye-bye in a hurry. Have a great morning. It's beautiful. You can come down here and go for a walk. Do it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.